years in childhood, grew up alone or no one understood, and spent years brooding as an aimless drifter. But through the inspiring words of my father, I'll become a symbol, an icon, a savior to restore hope to those who have none.
You mean like Batman?
I traveled the world as a bearded outcast to discover who I am.
And they're done that.
My friends only speak to me in exposition and speeches of how important and unique I am.
Done
If you
that.
ask me my life story, I would tell it to you out of order and disjointed.
They're done that.
I often have flashbacks out of nowhere about how important my destiny is.
And they're done
I wear a
that.
dark, tight costume with a long, flowing cape too.
I think we shop at the same store.
I have a wise father figure who isn't my father at all.
Suck my
I'm
balls.
Superman, I'm the freaking man of steel. No one can do what I can. I am the real deal. I'm the most unique superhero that this world's ever seen.
Except for me.
I'm mentally depressed and psychologically tortured.
Not special.
I've stared into the vast empty void and have come out scarred, yet responsibly stronger.
Same.
I reflect when I'm in my giant dark empty fortress.
Sounds familiar.
I try to save people, but under my protection the civilian death toll is tripled.
Oops.
I'm an awkward nerd.
No, you're not. You're an emo hunk every woman wants to sleep with.
Okay, you're right about that.
Over here.
I have a bland but independent girlfriend who I still have to save most of the
You
time.
mean like mine? Listen up, twerp. You can't be who I am. You're a speedy, pretty boy, and I'm the friggin' Batman. The dark, brooding loner is my thing, you see. And Zack Snyder sure ain't gonna take that from me. I'm Batman. Better than the Man of Steel. You should know who I am. I'm the OG real deal. I'm the most unique superhero that the world's ever seen. So don't steal my thing.
I'm Superman. I'm the freaking man of steel. Whatever I can, when I save the day, I'll do whatever I can. I've even killed them.
Jesus, guy.
What? He was gonna kill some random people I didn't know.
Dude, I didn't even kill the insane clown who murdered my girlfriend.
Oh.
You're sick.
No. I'm Superman!
Coming summer 2015, the Batman and Superman movie. Two of the most polar opposite superheroes coming together at last.
Oh, fuck you, Zack Snyder.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, The Bad and The Odd with your host Mark and Sam. Today we'll be talking about Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, and what we've been up to since last time. Hi Sam.
Hey.
Okay, if you want to contact us, www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. There's lots of ways to interact with us. We're also on Stitcher, so you can get us, pick us up on there, but we're on iTunes and RSS and all that palaver. Let's play a trailer for another podcast, and then we'll get into what we've been up to since last time.
The United Nations of Horror.
Welcome to the United Nations of Horror.
An international podcast about all things horror.
I just thought it was super tense for 4 episodes, and then it kind of went flat for a few.
A podcast featuring a group of hardcore horror fans.
Was only exacerbated by the murder within the fictional film, which portrayed the slaying of a pregnant woman by a cult. And this was obviously intentionally reminiscent of the murder of pregnant actress Sharon Tate by the Manson cult in 1969.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore stuff.
It's a podcast about horror.
And so to watch that and just see how influential it was, this little-known film that I knew nothing about, I thought it was really cool. And it still holds up. I mean, I watched this really terrible print on YouTube, and I still really enjoyed it.
Each episode features a main topic.
Happy Black Friday.
That's pretty much what it's about now, right?
Yes.
A horror podcast with a community focus.
Well, hey folks, this is Anthony back with another TV Terror entry. This week we're talking Halloween.
It had a short resurrection when the video age started, because horror, sex and violence always worked on tape.
The United Nations of Horror. UNH.
Please check out our website for all the latest podcasts, articles, and reviews. You can find that at unitednationsofhorror.wordpress.com. Also, be sure to join our Facebook group, and that is at facebook.com/group/UN of Horror.
Okay, how many have you got, Sam?
I've only got 3.
I think I've got 4, maybe 5. It depends. It's a game I've played a bit, but not that much. So.
Good.
Okay, you go first. No, shall I go first?
I don't mind.
I'll go first. I watched a Hammer film that I've never seen before called The Witches. It's not a very well-known one. It's kind of obscure because it isn't quite horror. It's more of a thriller. It's basically this woman... It starts with this woman being kind of attacked in Africa by this weird fetish doll voodoo head thing, and then it cuts to the titles. So there's this pre-title sequence that never really gets explained, and then the next thing you see her in a British like village in the British countryside, taking over as a teacher.
Okay.
She's obviously in recovery. She's been in some sort of recovery, but you don't really find out much about that. And it's kind of almost like a prototype of the Wicker Man. She uncovers that there's some sort of witchiness going on in this village. Her employer is this guy who looks like the local vicar. He dresses like a vicar, but then it turns out the church is in disrepair, which is odd. You know, the church isn't being used, but there's this vicar hanging around, and it goes on and on like this. It had bits of it remind him of some older films, such as Night of the Demon and City of the Dead. But this one was in colour. Those films were in black and white. This one was in colour. And it's Joan Fontaine, who was like a semi-famous actress in the day. And it's kind of, as I say, it's kind of mostly forgotten, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. The first sequence where she gets kind of attacked by this weird voodoo thing is kind of amazing, but it's never explained. And also the end's all very happy and quick and fast. It felt weirdly like a 40s film made in the 60s. Yeah, it reminded me of that. It had that kind of vibe. It felt kind of old-fashioned, older than the 60s kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'll give it 6 out of 10. It's pretty solid. Right, back to you.
Sounds like a weird film.
Yeah, it was a bit odd. It's not one that was even on my radar as a Hammer horror film. You know, I'm kind of more used to Dracula and Frankenstein and vampires, and this was more a thriller with a witchcrafty vibe.
Yeah. Sounds bizarre.
It was kind of cool. It'd probably make a good companion for The Devil Rides Out, which is a way better film, but it's same kind of issues and dealing with it. Looked similar in terms of its colour palette. Wasn't as well directed, but nowhere as well directed as The Devil Rides Out. But it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I watched the Three Stooges film.
Oh,
the Farrelly Brothers one.
I keep meaning to get back to this, because I really liked it.
Yeah,
how was it rewatching?
It was better than I remember it, actually, because I remember it basically being like a sort of dodgy knockoff of the Blues Brothers, just with the Three Stooges.
I don't remember it that way at all.
Because it's basically the Blues Brothers plot-wise.
I guess, but it is like 3 shorts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a...
was it 3?
It's 3 or 4. And they've got like all sorts of Three Stooges-y titles, like More Often Than Not and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But all of this, like the bits where they leave the Stooges on their own and they get to just do stuff, it's a lot like the actual Stooges.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I remember really enjoying it. I remember laughing my head off when they're trying to fix like a clock or something.
Yeah, it's a bell tower in this orphanage, and they keep if I remember rightly, the sequence of events is they accidentally saw a ladder like vertically up the middle.
Yeah.
While they're trying to have a fight on top of the roof, they knocked their head off of a hammer and it landed a bucket nearby.
Yeah.
They unhook the bell, it falls off the roof onto a nun.
That's right, there's a bloke dressed as a nun. Larry David, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Larry David.
Yeah.
And then they climb down, 2 of them climb down, I think it's Mo and Larry, they chuck the bucket of water on him, make a joke about there being too much iron in the water.
Yeah.
And then, if I remember rightly, Cully asks who it was, and then someone says, "I don't know, but the face rings a bell."
Yeah, nice punchline.
Yeah,
I remember it being a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
it was
kind of
very
enjoyed
fun,
it. It
but-
got terrible reviews. People
Yeah.
hated it, but I always thought it was pretty good, actually.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I actually hope they do make more like Three Stooges films. The only real problem was it's got a really dated segment where Mo ends up on Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that really dates
That's
it.
gonna,
doesn't
like,
it? I'd forgotten
really
that bit.
lock down the time.
Yeah, that ties it down badly. Isn't what's it from Modern Family? In it?
Sofia Vergara, yeah.
She's in it too. She's the bad guy. Isn't
Yeah,
she?
she's one of the antagonists. She's
Seems
like
odd.
it's difficult to explain.
She's just she's quite horrible in it. If I remember.
Yeah, there's weirdly loads of people that I recognised in this film. Like the guy from the Old Spice commercials is on it.
Wow. What, the old bald guy?
Old? He's not that
Well,
old, but
the bald guy.
the man you wish your man would spell like. That guy.
I'm not. Oh, no.
not
Sorry, I'm thinking of really. Sorry, I'm thinking of older, much
Wow.
older adverts than that. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do remember there is one guy in it who's like really stupid as well. He looks like a Baldwin. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah,
He isn't a Baldwin, but he looks like a Baldwin.
It sounds. Yeah, I know who you mean. He's like the fall guy for Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, that's it. And he's meant to kill him, or something.
Yeah, and he keeps like ending up in a lion pen and that sort of thing.
I do enjoy this film. I think it's probably the last really good Farrelly Brothers film.
Yeah,
Because they did Dumb and Dumber 2, didn't they? Which was not great.
Okay, we've got Act 1 is More Often Than Not. Act 2 is the Bananas Split.
Yeah.
Act 3, which is the bit where Mo goes and joins Jersey Shore, which is No Mo, Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, you're right. That segment was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even that funny, was it? I don't think.
Yeah. And then, but the whole like ending sequence where they're running around this big party and they end up with a girl stuck up in the rafters holding some balloons, and then they pull out a shotgun to try and shoot her down.
Nice.
Stuff like that. It's all
Yeah.
really funny.
That sounds cool. I still watch old Three Stooges, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I still do. Yeah, I watched one not long ago, actually. One where they're stuck in a train carriage and doing goofy things like...
Isn't that the one where Curly cameos?
No, Curly's in it.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's one where they're in a train carriage and it's Shemp, and this was like after Curly had his own
This was a way earlier on. They're on a train carriage and they're just being goofy. In this one, they're just annoying people. They've got a monkey with them for some reason. It keeps annoying people, jumping on people. And there's a woman having a dream. She says, kiss me. And Curly happens to hear this as he walks past. So he gets into bed with it's like... and there's one bit, they manage to get this girl to go with them into like first class. Basically, I think Curly just grabs her and pulls her in with her. And they end up in this like posh carriage thinking it's theirs. But there's a guy being served crab. And they're saying, what is it? Because it's a turtle. They think it's a turtle and they're trying to eat this thing. And I think Curly is literally pulling the meat out, throwing it away and eating the shell. In very Curly kind of style. And the woman's going, I love crab. And they're like nudging each other and laughing. She thinks it's crab. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off the point now.
Yeah. So... I think we recommend. I think we did this as a podcast film.
We did do it quite a while when it first came out. So it must be 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2012.
We definitely covered it. We definitely covered it.
Yeah.
It's a fun one. Okay, this is back to me then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I watched a film called Hell and Back. It's on either Netflix. It's on one of the streamers. I think either Netflix. I think it was Netflix, but it could have been Amazon Prime. But I think it was Netflix. Called Hell and Back, 2015 film, claymation. But basically, it's an adult one. Definitely, lots of swearing and very, very adult jokes. Basically, these sort of not stoners, but kind of losers. They're older. They're out of school kind of thing, but they're basically running a really dilapidated fairground, trying to keep it going. And and they've happened to find this book of the devil, and the devil's weeping in it, and they go, "Oh, what a pussy," and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is always a good idea.
Yeah, and one of them says, "Can I borrow a mint?" He says, "Well, no, because you never give me it back." He goes, "Look, I've got a mint on me. Just give me a mint, and I'll give you a mint back." He says, "Well, you never give me anything." He goes, "Look, I'll give you it back." He says, "But all right, you swear on this devil's Bible that you're going to give me the mint back."
Oh God, I see how.
And he goes, "Yeah, sure," and he does it, and then he goes, "Nah, sorry, bro, I haven't got a mint." And then a vortex appears, and they all get sucked into hell because because their main guy who just swore on the Bible, devil's Bible, that he was going to satisfy a pledge, doesn't.
Okay.
And it's basically them in hell doing goofy things. The most famous person in it is Mila Kunis, as a half human, half demon.
Why'd you say it like that?
Sorry, I said it like because I'm thinking of the Family Guy Star Wars episode. Sorry, I just say when I say Mila Kunis, I say it like that. And Jennifer Coolidge is in it. She's kind of funny. She plays this horrible fat demon woman, and it's kind of a. I mean, the comedy's a bit like Jay and Silent Bob. It's not quite that funny, but it's kind of that. It's okay. You know what I mean? It passes a nice hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's worth seeing.
What's this called?
Hell and Back.
Okay.
And it's an ampersand is the and. So it might not, if you type in and, it might not turn up.
Yeah.
But it's Hell and Back. And the devil's in it trying to impress this angel who's really hot called Bob, who's played by Susan Sarandon as well. But yeah, so they got some famous people in it. Now I'm thinking about it, there are more and more famous people. Oh, I'll tell you who else is voiced. There's a rapist tree in it called who's played by the guy that does Archer, H. John Martin.
H. John Benjamin. He's listed here just as the sex offender tree.
Yeah, he's a rapey tree. And there's all these demons doing stupid things, and whenever the devil gets annoyed, he'll basically rip off the demons' heads and use them as throwing balls to try and throw at people. Yeah. He just does really mad stuff. And the demons are kind of goofy and funny as well.
Yeah.
It is funny watching them torture all the souls in hell. The souls are all basically these like fluorescent ghost streaks kind of thing, and they're just doing really horrible things to them. And then some of the demons are pretty pathetic. They offer things like they got a stall that says we sell tacos and pizza, and when a dead soul goes up to ask for pizza, they say, "Nah, we haven't got any pizza." That's the torture. You can't get pizza. Oh, you can only have tacos. That's the torture. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. Anyway, it's kind of goofy. I kind of enjoyed it. 6 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
Right, back to you.
Okay, I've been reading this fairly popular manga called Yotsubato, which is all about this 5-year-old called Yotsuba Kowai.
Yeah.
As she basically learns about the world around her. Now, it's really sort of slice of life, so there's no, like, overarching story. It's just, like, they wake up, Yotsuba does something stupid with maybe the neighbor girls or something. But it's strangely prolific, this manga, which is strange considering it's not really been out that long or like.
When you say prolific, what do you mean?
In that a lot of the internet knows what it is and like
prevalent.
Yeah, it's prevalent. Sorry, in the like. Yotsuba sort of became one of the mascots for 4chan because they just took like the just got this sort of like comic haircut and they made that their logo, right? That sort of thing. But it's like this really sort of cutesy thing, and it's her dad and like his friends, and they all sort of do stuff.
Right.
I'd actually suggest reading it because it's really hard to explain and make. And
what's its title again?
Yotsubato. Yotsubato.
Oh, okay. How do people? Can you share how you get this? Or?
I just search it and pick the first manga site.
Oh, okay. Right. So they're fairly easy to find. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. Right. Yeah. Okay, my next one is an old film, 1948, Hamlet.
Okay.
Laurence Olivier. Shakespeare, obviously. It's a cut down one. Most of the films are cut down versions of the full play because it's bloody. It's a 3.5 hour play otherwise.
Yeah.
It was a decent enough version, but Olivier's way too sort of manly and active and aggressive to be Hamlet. Hamlet's meant to be a bit. I don't know what to do. He doesn't convince. It's just too. Yeah. He's too much of a man's man to be, this kind of self-doubting type. It doesn't quite sell itself.
Yeah.
But what it does have is, I have to tell you this, there's some wicked shots of the king, who's Claudius, in tights. This old bloke who's about 50, 60, is wearing these tights, really tight tights and hot pants.
Oh, okay.
It's bizarre. And I'll tell you what, if you want to see something really unusual, Peter Cushing's in it as like a dandy-ish, almost camp, like courtier. He said, "Oh, sire," and it's Peter Cushing, also in tights, in a big white outfit. It's like, whoa.
Okay.
Another interesting thing about it, it's got two Doctor Who's in. One, Peter Cushing is one of them. Patrick Troughton's also in it, quite young. Patrick Troughton was the second Doctor, so amazing little sort of nugget of Doctor Who-ness there. I did have to laugh at the tights. I tried to take it seriously, but them tights, whoa.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, it's a decent enough play. It's not my favourite Shakespeare play, but it's a decent enough play.
Yeah.
And it was a decent version, but as I say, Olivier, it didn't feel like Hamlet. He'd be much more. He obviously does things like Henry V way better, but it was okay. That's some weird sort of experimental film stuff going on, like clouds and like ghosts, like mumbling and really, but they're mumbling, but their voices are turned right up, so it's really loud, even though it's mumbling and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, over to you.
Okay, my last one is I've been playing this online game called Champions Online, which is a superhero-themed MMO.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of nice and cheesy because it's all based around like Silver Age comics. So,
okay. Are they combative or cooperative?
You mostly just sort of do your own thing, really. There's not that much. As far as I can figure out, there's no like guilds or clans or whatnot. But it's a fairly fun game. You like build yourself up from the like powers, and it's got loads of sort of really iconic hero sort of base powers. Like you've got you can choose to be the Night Avenger, which is Batman. You've got like the Goliath, which is Hulk, and it's all sorts of stuff. And you can choose like how you travel quickly, so like run super fast, fly on a cloud, jet boots, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And then when you reach a certain level, you can make a villain as well. So you can eventually have like this rogues gallery. Yeah. It's all sorts of goofy and cheesy, and it's so much fun.
Okay. Sounds alright. Yeah. So is it free?
Yeah.
Oh,
you can pay for
the game.
You do only get a few of the like power sets. I think you start with 10 and there's like 25 total. You do have to buy other power stuff, and they're like, I think they're about a tenner.
Right.
But it's the ones you start off with are pretty good, and they cover a fairly broad sort of spectrum of powers and
sounds
like,
cool.
Character types. So yeah, it's fun. So.
Yeah, cool. Okay, my last one is I watched a film from 1997. One I've been meaning to watch a long time. Aussie film called The Castle. And I kind of roughly knew the premise, and I also knew Eric Bana was in it in a really early role. And it's basically about this Aussie family. There's a patriarch, and they're very happy, but they're very low working class, honest folk, or mostly. But really happy where they are, and they live right under the massive runway. And this bloke's bought this house really cheap, and he's really happy with it. But the reason he got it so cheap is because it's under a massive runway. And basically, he gets a compulsory purchase order from this big multinational to want to extend the airport, and he starts to fight it. And he takes it to court with the only solicitor he knows, who's a conveyancer. He's not really used to law courts and stuff like that. And basically, he meets some bloke there who's like watching his son be a barrister for the first time. But it turns out this guy is like a senior corporate law barrister who decides he wants to help him for free. So they carry on fighting the case, and he basically wins his case. And it's a really nice, pleasant film. They're like a nice family. They want to be happy. They got these little sort of quirks. Like one of them is constantly looking for cheap things in newspapers and just buys them if they're cheap. Doesn't matter if he wants them or not. He just buys it because it's a bargain kind of thing. It's one of those films. It was fun. Eric Bana really doesn't have much of a role in it. He's in it for a bit, but it's kind of it's funny watching these like, you know, poor working class Aussies sort of take it to the man. It's not like a sort of Hollywood version of that. It's like very low key, but it's a fun comedy. In fact, I really liked it. I'd give it 8 out of 10. Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to the main event, which is Batman vs Superman.
Master Wayne. Thermal imaging is showing me 24 hostiles on the 3rd floor. Why don't I drop you off on the 2nd?
Slow in my old age, Alfred.
Even you got too old to die young, not for lack of trying.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race. If we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man. Day versus night.
You're psychotic.
That is a 3-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
I've known a few women like you.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
The oldest lie in America is that power can be innocent.
Okay, so we just listened to the trailer there to Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Right, this film's been getting a lot of stick on the internet. Let's do something quick, non-spoilery first. Just give our general view, and then we're going to call spoilers. All right. What was your overall feeling about the movie?
It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as everyone's made it out to be.
Okay, so would you recommend people go see it at the cinema?
Yeah, you should definitely go see it and make your own decision about it. Really.
I'm not personally. I wouldn't. I'm not sure I could say go see it for sure. There were some elements that are worth seeing, I think, like Affleck's Batman and Batman and Alfred's interactions were pretty cool, but it was a bit of a dog's dinner. It's more Iron Man 2 than, I don't know, Avengers, say.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Okay, let's call spoilers from this point on. Okay, right. So, this film did stink a bit. Really.
Yeah.
Have you seen the that thing with where they focus on Affleck as?
Yeah, I told you about this.
Oh, you did. Yeah, he does look like he's going to cry. I thought it was a joke at first, but he does look like shell shocked.
Yeah. He's probably thinking, not again.
Not again, because he got this a lot of
Daredevil.
shit for Daredevil, and he swore never to be a superhero again, didn't he?
Yeah.
After Daredevil, but I think he is a lifelong Batman. From listening to Kevin Smith's podcasts, especially Fat Man on Batman, he said that Affleck's a big Batman fan.
Yeah.
In fact, he built himself a bat cave in his back garden. How about that?
Brilliant.
Yeah. So he was tempted. However, he was by far the best thing in the film, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like the grizzled old,
Yeah, he does.
hardened Batman.
He is like pretty much a war vet.
He was.
So.
I mean, there were some bits I wasn't a fan of. Him just killing people randomly was a bit much for me, and branding people seemed a bit strong too. But I think in the film he kind of only brands pedos. Is the kind of vibe I got. Did you get that?
No, it's just he brands whoever he catches. I can't.
Now he'd only branded 2 people, and one of those was a child sex offender. Say again.
We only saw him brand 2 people.
I think in the film they said he's only branded 2 people. Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
could be right. You could be right, actually. They did say, though, one of these brands is pretty much a death sentence because other inmates will kill him, which I read, it means he's a child sex offender.
Yeah.
Because that's what usually happens in prisons. No one gets bothered about this sort of thing unless they're that. Or, multiple child murder or something like that. So that was, I thought, was a bit much. And the amount of flash forwards and dream sequences was a bit much.
Yeah,
Did you
that was a bit-
let's talk about the opening dream sequence. We see.
Oh God, I thought because one of my friends has purportedly he cried when he saw the film purportedly.
Whoa! It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but I was like, there's no way it's that bad. And then in the first 5 minutes, we see Batman start flying as a child.
Well,
they already did it. They wrecked it, and then it turned out to be a dream. So,
Well, I'd kind of guessed it was a dream at that point because there's no, it obviously doesn't fall, There was no other rational explanation I could think of at the time. So I assumed it was a dream sequence.
yeah. Well,
And it was.
I looked to my left, and my brother was laughing. I looked
Yeah.
over to my right, and you had your face in your hands.
I wasn't that bothered. I must have just been leaning on my hand. What I did like some of the beginning sequence, actually. I really liked the bit where the parents come out and the bit with the pearls. That's straight out of some comics.
No, I think it's just generally accepted now that like the pearls got scattered everywhere when Bruce's mother got killed.
The bizarre thing is they seem to have 2 things on a Mark of Zorro film, which looked like it was from the 40s. And this is at the cinema they came out of. And Excalibur, which is from 1980, I think. So I didn't quite understand what's going on there.
Maybe there was a Zorro film in the 80s.
There was a Zorro film in the 90s, I think.
Maybe it was a reshowing of an old.
Maybe it was
Zorro
just an
film.
old poster. It doesn't really matter. There is a callback to Excalibur at in the final sequence as well, but I'll come to that when we get to the final sequence.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was really good. Zack Snyder does do some good opening credits. I mean,
Yeah.
Watchmen was spectacular. And Dawn of the Dead was pretty good too.
This one didn't really have any opening credits.
Well, that was it, kind of it. All right, it wasn't credits,
That
but it was
and
pre-credits.
like the sort of retelling of the end of Man of Steel from Bruce's perspective. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's trying to go to where he's running the newspaper, isn't he? He's trying to save his employees or something. It's kind of not that clear.
Yeah, he's trying to help people, basically.
Some commentators have noted that it's a bit that sequence where the buildings fall down and Batfleck, or Bruce Wayne is running towards the sort of falling building. It's kind of a bit distasteful because it's sort of using iconography from 9/11. What do you think of that?
I think it was a pretty cool scene. It's a good way to show, like, that he's more heroic than other people.
Yeah,
with everyone running away from the ash cloud coming down the street and him running towards it. That was a pretty cool shot.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And I think, it's enough time passed. It's not like it was 2 years ago. We're talking like, what is it, It's 14 years. I can't remember now. It's been a long time.
15 years.
Yeah. It was a cool shot though, and it kind of sets up the whole why Batman hates Superman vibe.
I mean, a lot of people have a reason to hate Superman at this point. Because
thousands of people died. Yeah. Though he was trying to stop something that was going to destroy the world, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it would have basically fried the planet so that the Kryptonians would.
Yeah, it was terraforming for Kryptonians, wasn't it? Okay, so that sets up that dynamic, and we get the Clark Kent. Now, given this, do you think this was a Superman film?
No, it was just sort of a general DC universe film.
It was.
If anything, it leaned more towards Batman, because it seemed like Superman would occasionally lurch out of the background.
Yeah, he did. I think it could have really... One thing that really did bother me at the beginning was the fact that, we got a Zack Snyder colour palette again.
Yeah.
It's going to be greys and muted colours and stuff like that, which I find a bit tiresome.
Honestly, if they just made a straight... If Zack Snyder took this colour palette and made a straight, Dark Knight Returns film, it wouldn't look out of place, because where they are is supposed to be nuked at the end of that, so everything's going to be grey and ashy and that sort of thing. But...
It suits Batman, it doesn't suit Superman.
No, what I'm saying is, if it does... If there was, extenuating circumstances... It would suit a Superman looking grey and discoloured.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying that this sort of colour palette on Superman can work.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it needed to be in this film, personally. It was just, it's dull. It's dull. Let's give us a nice colourful Superman. Anyway, we also find out there's already a relationship between Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
I mean, that was kind of in place at the end of Man of Steel.
Yeah, I guess, and that's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Amy Adams really wasn't given too much in this to do, was she?
No, it was a bit phoned in.
Well, I'm not saying she's a bad actress, it's just she literally had nothing to do. There was, very little part.
Yeah.
In fact, Alfred was probably a more significant character than Lois Lane.
Yeah, but Alfred's Alfred.
Yeah, that's true. I really like the Batman stuff in this film.
Yeah.
Even the goofy dream sequence. There's a goofy dream sequence where he's in the desert in a long coat.
Yeah, that's
really cool.
Tell you what, that whole scene, the entire dream sequence, was to set up Darkseid showing up eventually. That's it.
Okay. It was bizarre because alien flying things. That
the parademons,
Genosians turn up and Batman, big old man Batman in a duster. It looks really cool, actually, in the middle of a desert on a bright day. He's really... I mean, it looks more like armour than... He does look like he's wearing a suit of armour rather than Batman outfit. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, they did that really well. I'm really liking Ben Affleck in this, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw an online poll, Christian Bale or Ben Affleck, and Affleck was winning by 4-1.
Yeah. Well, I think Affleck is probably a more interesting Batman, honestly.
Yeah, he does. I had a comment about this, which is he feels more like an old version of the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which makes sense to me as well. Yeah, I can definitely see that. We do get a reference to the Joker in this, don't we?
Yeah.
He says, we're fed up with clowns. No, was it?
We're fed up with people dressed like clowns in this city.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because Metropolis, it shows that Metropolis and Gotham are pretty much the same city. They're just across
They're across the river, yeah. The geography changes.
Which is, in older comics, that was, how it used to be. I've got a picture somewhere on my computer of, the sort of... the sequence of, it's Metropolis, Gotham, and nearby villages, one of which is Smallville. There's also Bigville. Yeah, and then it's Metropolis and Gotham just across the river from each other. Which makes sense. I can see it.
We do get some odd scenes in this that seem a bit pointless, and they're confusing dream scenes. Didn't you have a kid sitting behind you kept asking what was going on? Because
the bleeding kid would, right from the get-go, who's that? Who's this? Why's he doing that?
Yeah.
Why are there bats? Why has he got that? Why is he doing this?
I'm glad I wasn't sitting there.
Bleeding kid. And I turned around at the end and he was like 5.
Yeah. Seemed very intense for a 12A, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Very surprised it was a 12A.
I didn't see anyone having to take their kids out though, which surprised me.
I wish they had.
It wasn't that any one bit of it was particularly bad. It was just the whole film was like it all the time.
Yeah.
And it seemed a bit brutal for a 12 to me.
Yeah.
It felt more like a 15, but there you go. It was. I mean, I think the Superman stuff was really skimmed. Personally,
Yeah.
the Batman stuff wasn't so skimmed, and it was good for that.
Yeah.
But Superman didn't really. Basically, it was a big misunderstanding between Batman and Superman that went on way too long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. Like, Superman felt Batman was a vigilante out of control, and Batman felt the same about him. It's just like,
Yeah.
for goodness sake, guys, you're on the same side, kind of thing.
What I liked was Superman called him out and it's like, you're just dangerous to people. It's like, it wasn't the entire point of the last movie. And most of this film is Superman is just dangerous, full stop.
Full stop. There is a line that addresses this that I like Ben Affleck delivered, which is something like, it's a bit rich, the Daily Planet criticising a vigilante whenever you're flying Boy Scout rescues a cat from a tree, you write a puff piece about it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. He says it's a good line anyway.
I also love how all the Daily Planet stuff I actually really liked. Everything with Perry White.
Yeah, Perry White's pretty cool.
Perry White would not take any of Clark Kent's
nonsense, yeah.
It's like, write the football review, but we've got this Bat Vigilante, write the football review.
Yeah. He was good. He still makes me think of Charlie Brooker does Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
He really does. It was... and then we see Superman at one point rescuing Lois from a terrorist sort of encounter, which is good. Just setting up story, not really character or anything. No. It's just giving people a reason not to like Superman.
Yeah.
Because he might... Is it because they thought he might have killed
Because they think he might have killed some people, even though there's very obvious bullet holes in most of them.
Yeah.
At worst, he might have killed one guy. I mean, and that's because he threw the guy through a wall.
There were several flaws with this film. The first, it was trying to set up things, which could have been done much neater. The second was Superman stuff was really underdeveloped. Really underdeveloped. There was very little feeling for Superman. I mean, I didn't like Man of Steel that much, but it was done better than in this. And we get some really odd dream and fantasy scene. Like, his dad turns up at one point, and it's like, I was like, what's this about? And then he fades away because it was a fantasy sequence. Like, wow, what was the point of that? And there was no point to it at all. Nope. It didn't add to the story.
Just happened.
It just gave Kevin Costner a bit more work.
Yeah.
I'd rather see just another Batman story, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be 3 Batfleck films, which... I
hope they get someone else to direct them.
Oh, someone suggested something brilliant. You know, Clayface, he's supposed to be like... His human identity was like a sort of 40s over-actor sort of thing. So someone suggested Nick Cage for it.
That's a good suggestion. I was going to say Al Pacino, but Nick Cage would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. I'd definitely watch that.
Yeah. But anyway, back to this.
Just overall, did this film make you want to stop watching DC live movies?
No, it just kind of put me off Zack Snyder's DC.
Actually, I'd be reasonably happy with Zack Snyder handling Batman if someone else wrote the script.
Yeah.
I think he should stay away from Justice League and Superman.
I think he's got his fingers in those pies there already.
Yeah, but I mean, the film's making money, right?
Yeah,
now,
the film's making a ridiculous amount of money.
Okay, but my hope is that I'd like it to do enough to carry on the universe, because they got 10 or something planned, ridiculous like that. I mean, Suicide Squad's next, and that looks fun. That does look fun. The other Batman film I'm dying to see is Lego Batman. Now,
God, yes.
That looks awesome.
There are 11 films.
11. So presumably there's a Wonder Woman,
There's
an Aquaman.
that includes Batman v Superman. There's Suicide Squad.
That's two of them. Right?
Yeah.
What's the rest?
Justice League Part 1.
Yeah.
Then Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Flash. Justice League Part 2. Then Shazam, which has Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it as the villain, which is amazing.
Black
Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah. Then we got Green Lantern, Cyborg, and they're like aiming high with Green Lantern. But I misread this chart. The last one just says unknown amount of standalone Batman and Superman films.
Oh, there might be more then.
Yeah.
I could definitely on for more Batman films.
Yeah.
Superman, got to be someone with a bit of flair and colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. This grey, depressing Superman is just annoying. Okay, let's talk about the main villain, Lex Luthor. What's your thoughts on Jesse Eisenberg in this?
Awful as Lex Luthor. He wasn't Lex Luthor, full stop.
I actually liked him in the first act. He was a bit deranged, but I kind of saw it working. But then he got more and more deranged, and it was like watching Jim Carrey doing the Riddler.
Yeah.
Or
he was trying to be the Joker, really.
Riddler, Joker, some sort of. It wasn't Lex Luthor, was it? No. At all. Do you think they should have dropped in someone like Vincent, the guy that played Kingpin in Daredevil?
Yeah.
Someone like that.
Someone who can act with a bit of gravitas and not just play a raving lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard about Jesse Eisenberg being cast, I thought, oh no. But the more I thought about it, I thought, this might work. And then like I say, when I first saw him, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
First few scenes he was in, but then he just got, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was kind of annoying. They also parachute in Wonder Woman as well. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think she plays it very well. I mean,
she didn't have much to act.
Yeah,
she
had basically nothing to do.
Apart from the action scenes. But she looked pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I read something else on the internet which made me happy about it as well, which is a guy said he'd taken his daughters along and they literally got up and started imitating Wonder Woman when Wonder Woman was on, which I think is awesome.
Yeah,
I think the Wonder Woman film should come next. Personally, I would much prefer.
Well, there's already an ad for that out, and there's not for Justice League. So
maybe Wonder Woman's first.
Yeah, I know it's like set in I think it's the 40s.
No, she did say I've been underground for 100 years, so it suggests First World War.
Yeah.
Something in the First World War made her go, and I suspect that we see a picture of her from the First World War. And I suspect that picture's meaningful in that film.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which would work fine. We also get very quick flashes of the Flash twice.
Yeah.
Which looks something a bit like Batman has a dream sequence, which is also some sort of flash from the future warning him.
Yeah.
So they're basically having their cake and eating it there. They're trying to make it a dream sequence, but it's also part of the real multiverse or something. So you're just messing about now.
Yeah.
And then we also see Aquaman underwater looking shocked because someone's filming him.
Someone stuck like a drone in his face.
Yeah, and he gets a bit peeved and shoots.
Blows it up and then shoots off.
But that's all we see about it. There was one point a Kryptonian spear gets thrown into water, and I honestly thought Aquaman was going to appear at that point.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
But no, we had Lois Lane almost drown herself again, so Superman can save her again.
Yeah. And he has to go get the spear, but it saps his power really badly, and she has to save him. Which looked a bit like a callback to me to the first Superman film, when he gets thrown in water, chained to kryptonite.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that, a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, Amy Adams really doesn't have much to this. Overall, this film was a bit of a dog's breakfast.
Yeah.
I was with it whenever Batman was on, for sure.
Yeah.
I was even with it with some of the setup, Wonder Woman setup and stuff.
But Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that just got worse and worse. and the plan was ridiculous.
Henry Cavill playing Clark Kent was awful, but him as Superman was okay.
He's good as Superman.
Because he was just insufferable while he was trying to be Clark Kent.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Honestly, wasn't enough. There wasn't enough Clark Kent to form an opinion for me. It was just so fleeting. It was nothing like Christopher Reeve's scenes, you know?
But that's my point. What we saw, he was just being like this complete douchebag, honestly.
Yeah.
And honestly, when he was being Superman, he was most of the time being a douchebag too.
You know the scene that bothered me the most?
What?
Was where Batman and Superman are fighting, which is a cool fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cool a fight as we see in Dark Knight Returns, either the comic or the animated movie. But it was a pretty decent fight. But what annoyed me the most was the fact that when Superman says "Save Martha," Batman changes completely because Superman's mother happens to have the same name as his mother, and that's just kind of just felt ridiculous.
Yeah, I can see why they thought it might be a good idea, but it really
He should have
wasn't.
said "Save my mother." That would have been perfectly fine. That would have worked way better.
I thought he was going to go with that and just have like Batman wail on him while he was
saying "Save my mother."
Yeah, but
that would have worked way better.
Then, like the second that Batman wouldn't just ignored his like line of thought, he just went back to beating him senseless and like at one point tried to rip his head off.
Yeah, it was bizarre. It didn't really work. I like the fact that Batman said then, "Yeah, I'll go get your mother. I'll go save her." Didn't know where she was, but he went and saved her anyway. But that's Batman. That's fine. Okay. Again, we get Batman killing people, which I wasn't that keen on. But okay, he's a grizzled veteran. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I do believe that Batman at 20 years old would ultimately sometimes say, "I'm just going to have to kill this guy to save these people, or save this person."
Batman did used to do some like properly messed up stuff to villains. Like there was one villain called KG Beast, who's like basically a Russian Captain America, and Batman and him fought all the way down into the sewers. Batman, like if I remember rightly, he somehow disabled him. Like he may have broken his arms or like broken his or like gotten rid of his powers somehow.
Yeah.
And then he just locked him in like the deepest part of the sewers and left.
That's dark.
Yeah.
That is dark. But in this, it just... I mean, I've seen internet memes making fun of it, you know, where it's like Batman's fighting with Superman and suddenly he says, "Martha, your mum's name's Martha too? Oh, let's be friends," and they hug kind of thing. And it did feel a bit like that.
Yeah.
So we get Doomsday. Now, the other issue was the whole Lex Luthor's plot was ridiculous. Yeah. It appears that he contrived it to for Batman to fight Superman. All right, I can see that some elements of that was going in, but it was just like, oh, I think Batman's going to hate Superman. So his plot base is based on Batman's going to hate Superman. I'm going to set up this big lump of green kryptonites for Batman to steal. I'm going to try and stop him stealing it, but he'll steal it anyway, and then I'm going to make him fight. It's like that. And then, and I'll also get into the ship and create a genetic hybrid with a Kryptonian monster abomination that I must have known existed before I got here.
The thing is, I can see like Lex Luthor actually doing all of those stuff bits individually.
If the
like
steps
him
make
setting
sense.
up a fight between Superman and Batman, him rigging like a load of kryptonite to get stolen, and him making a Kryptonian monster, which he did. He's the guy who made Bizarro. But all of it like lumped together it doesn't like
causality's out the window, isn't it?
Because the reason that Lex Luthor hates Superman in the comics is that he basically means that humanity no longer has to progress. We can just rely on Superman to come and save them.
Yeah, which is a reasonable... He's the good guy in his own story, isn't he, really?
Which you can understand his point of view, but it's ultimately so he can be completely self-serving and whatnot.
Yeah.
In this he's just like a gibbering maniac who does stuff for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where he pees in some senator's drink just because he could.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about the senator. That was Senator...
Sansa Finch, I think her name was. Played
Holly
by
Hanna.
played by the woman who plays Elastigirl, which was kind of
Oh
cool.
wow, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not well used, but pretty good.
She got killed at the drop of a hat, just so I don't know. Even though
no clear reason.
Yeah,
they
they
figure out.
It gets to the point where
she crossed Lex Luthor. That was it, really.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
in film they explained why people shouldn't blame Superman for this event, but people still did.
Yeah,
and it's even though it's like quite clear, they're like it's this character who's not Superman. He blew up this thing. He hid the bomb in his chair. He did all this, all that. Oh, but somehow it's Superman's fault.
Yeah, it was silly. Cavill was alright as Superman. There was one scene that we both had the same thought on, where he basically is dying in space, but the sun shines on him and he recovers.
Yeah,
and we both immediately thought that he looked just like Ty Burrell.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Ty Burrell is, Google it. But he's the dad in Modern Family.
Yeah.
And funny enough, he was also in Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
recently, which we did
last
recently.
week.
Yeah, but he looked just like him. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get the Doomsday gets created, which this is ridiculous.
And then Wonder Woman shows up, just because.
Pretty cool fight.
Yeah,
Pretty cool
it's a
fight.
really cool fight, and it's got music by Junkie XL.
And my favourite bit of it really was the Wonder Woman stuff with the lassos. And
Yeah,
getting a
she's
sword
like
out,
hacking
she's
into
properly
him.
mad. And then Superman gets the kryptonite spear, and basically Lois Lane kind of knows he's going to have to sacrifice himself, but it's not clear to us. We could have just flown it into him and flown off.
Yeah, or just thrown it.
Yeah, but he flies it into the monster, who impales him on its own like pointy
Spikes.
thing coming out of his hand.
It's Doomsday, so he's got like crystal growths coming out of him.
Okay. And basically Superman, to drive it home, has to take even more damage and die, in effect. Now, that's the callback I was referencing to in Excalibur. That pretty much happens at the end of Excalibur,
Yeah.
or Arthur fights Mordred, and has to slide down a spear, in effect, to drive Excalibur through Mordred's chest. Because Mordred's wearing magic armour that can't be penetrated, but of course he's got
Okay.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
Excalibur cuts through everything, so he managed to do it. So there's a lot of magic in that. So they
Excalibur
kind of
is
reference
your
that. And
Infinity
then,
plus
then
one.
Superman dies, and then
Yeah.
so we're left with a gibbering Lex Luthor who says something's coming and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Doesn't Batman give him a...
No, he
But he
punches.
doesn't brand
He
him,
gives
does
him a
he?
beating and then punches the wall next to him, which leaves a bat imprint.
Yeah, so he doesn't brand Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor's warning something's coming, and then Batman says, I want to find to Wonder Woman, I want to find the other metahumans like you, because I've got a feeling something's coming, which is like, oh, this is
Yeah.
presumably that's
This-
from his dream thing, I don't know.
Oh god, the freaking burial of Superman. Oh, that was so cheesy.
And we know that Superman's not dead.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it basically turned it into a Batman film by that
Yeah.
point, didn't it?
it was.
It's a
wasn't a
really
great film.
frustrating film.
Yeah,
because I mean, I would go see another Affleck Batman film in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and expect it to work. But for that to work, I don't mind if Zack Snyder directs, fine, but he can't write it.
Yeah.
He can't write it. Or be involved in the writing anyway. And it needs someone who actually has a coherent plot.
Zack Snyder's kind of becoming like almost George Lucas-y.
It's getting bizarre.
It's becoming really evident he can't really write that well.
No, I mean, Sucker Punch was awful.
Yeah.
But it's got really cool sequences.
Yeah.
But it's like, as a piece of writing, it's quite wretched. But stuff he adapts, he does really well. You know, he didn't write Dawn of the Dead. I think James Gunn and someone else did.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't write
300,
or
Watchmen.
But when he started, I mean, Sucker Punch was his first self-written thing, I think, and that was dreadful. And Man of Steel was, at least it was coherent.
Yeah.
And it had some good parts, but this was just, oh man. The bits that really made me happy were the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Affleck even gets an old man Batman training montage, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, where he's like
Didn't serve anything, but it was very cool.
Yeah. And surely all that would do would be like wear him out before his big fight.
Yeah,
so.
but he don't care, does he? Because he's
Yeah.
old man Batman. And the other thing that annoyed me was the fact that he turned up at a criminal site and the police were there, and they acted like they didn't know who Batman was.
Yeah.
And he's been around for 20 years.
Yeah,
He should have been way more. Oh,
It was
kid, you got a
really-
treat. It's bats. It's
Yeah.
not, what's going on?
It
Where's
was
this thing
really
shaped like a bat
frustrating
here?
because they obviously just took a lot of like imagery from other DC stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't take like one of the big scenes from Dark Knight Returns, which involves two policemen and Batman and a criminal.
Yeah, it's very cool. There was also a shot late on where he gets out a rifle that looked like it was out of Dark Knight, where he shoots the tracking thing.
Yeah.
That was a bit Dark Knight Returns. There was also another shot where he was swinging around, avoiding Doomsday. He was hanging onto a wall with his...
Yeah, where they
his back
copied
to the wall.
the cover.
From Dark Knight Returns, which was pretty cool, again. But there was so many things wrong with the film.
Yeah.
But I feel kind of bad for Affleck because he looks so upset.
Yeah, he
He's got
was
nothing to
really
be ashamed
distraught.
of. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. It's Snyder, really, and the whole decision
Yeah.
to go dark.
Yeah.
Justice League needs to lighten up a bit. You know?
Oh
I
god,
don't think they're going to.
both Justice League parts are done by Snyder. He's directing. It doesn't say he's writing the second part, but not the first. So
I'll tell you
hopefully
what,
it's not bad.
let's rate these films along with. Let's say, where would you put this in Superman's canon?
I'd say
First four, Superman Returns and Man of Steel. Have you seen them all? I'm not sure you've
I've
seen
not seen Superman 4.
them. That was really wretched, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to just to see like.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I do remember it. The special effects were terrible.
Yeah.
Compared to the first three. And the first three aren't great. They're okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I think... Alright, let me... Rate it without four. Where would you put it?
I'd put it above 3 in Man of Steel and
Really?
maybe just above Returns.
Oh, above Returns. Yeah, Returns was boring, wasn't it?
Batfleck was like a huge part in making it better than those films.
Yeah. I actually really like 3. I'm one of those people that actually really like 3. I know 3 always gets treated like a turkey, but I really enjoy 3. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So I would actually say, in terms of order, my favourite Superman are Superman. This is the order. So my favourite is Superman. Then it's Superman 2. Then it's Superman 3. And then we got quite a big drop off, and it's probably Man of Steel. And then it's probably this film. And then it's probably... You know what? I think I might even prefer 4 to Superman Returns. I'd have to watch Superman Returns and 4 again to be sure. But I think Superman Returns is just so boring that I think I might prefer to watch Superman 4. All right, let's do it with Batman. You know, you're much more familiar with Batman.
Yeah.
Where'd you put it with? Rate your Batman films, top to bottom first. What's your favourite? We won't include
Probably Dark
animated.
Knight. Yeah, oh god, animated would like...
Dark Knight Returns.
Basically everything would be higher than the live action stuff, but...
Yeah, let's just do live action.
So top is probably Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Then next it's mixed between Tim Burton's Batman and Batman Begins.
See, I'd put Batman Returns next. I really like Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
And then
yours.
it's Batman Returns.
Right. Carry on.
And then Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Then this.
Yeah.
And then Forever, and then Batman and Robin.
Okay. I think your list is kind of similar to mine, but I put Returns. I'd switch Returns with Batman.
Yeah.
I prefer Returns to the original Batman. What makes me laugh is when Batman first came out, it was treated as like dark and gritty and stuff. But when we're watching now, it's kind of the same
It's
universe
run-of-the-mill.
as you didn't do 1966. Where did you?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's pretty high for me.
Yeah, the same. It's just so goofy and hilarious.
It's fun. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
not boring at all.
Oh,
you know
God,
what? If
well-
I had a choice tomorrow, I'd rather see that than Batman versus Superman again.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather. Like, there are some days where I'd just rather watch Batman 1966 above
anything.
of them.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, watching this film, this dark and gritty film, I've been tempted to rewatch the Batman series, the old 60s series. I think it's just a lot of fun.
If you want to see a dark Batman like series done right,
Yeah.
watch the animated series.
Which
It's
one? There's lots.
Batman the animated series.
Batman the animated series.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Okay.
3 series of that. Then it had like a sort of crossover
There's
season.
the Batman, isn't there?
Yeah, there's the Batman.
Brave and the Bold, and there's Batman.
Brave and the
Beyond.
Bold is basically Batman 1966.
Right.
Just
Oh,
done,
okay.
like, played straight. He's all like square jawed and gravel voiced and
Cool.
goofy as hell. But yeah, honestly, above all else, the Batman animated stuff is better than the live action.
I mean,
stuff.
we're both agreeing The Dark Knight's probably the best Batman film.
Yeah.
In terms of live action.
Yeah.
There is at least one animated I like better than that, but
Yeah.
Dark Knight's really good. Mostly because of the presence of a great Joker, I think. But I think the whole film's pretty good. Yeah, but so this... Okay, let's rate Batman vs. Superman. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 5.
You're being a bit kinder than me. I give it a 4, and I think I'm being generous, to be honest. Personally, I hope it makes enough money to make sure the other films get made. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah.
But not enough that they feel confident Zack Snyder should continue as the main director involved. I'm hoping that they see the Suicide Squad and that does better, and they think, okay, we can do dark and weird, but we can do fun and colourful as well within that.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping to see. I'm just hoping Will Smith doesn't derail the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. That could
They haven't got in that much in the trailers, have they? I mean, it's a lot more Harley Quinn and Joker kind of stuff. I'm just hoping he hasn't got enough star power clout to derail it because he, of his own creative opinions. Let's hope not. Anyway. But we'll see. Okay, I think we call it a night there. Next time we'll be doing Daredevil Season 2, which I'm kind of looking forward to talking about. Okay, so bye from me.
Bye.